Hey, Yetta, I want to buy a cottage.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
Hello, this is Yetta Dekker, and I'm with Ken Dekker, who just said a really inappropriate thing. Anyway, we're excited to welcome you to another episode of Life's Inside Track, where we share techniques, thoughts, tools, and tips that we all need, we all deserve. You, I, everyone, where we get to turn our house into a home where our families thrive and we live the best life possible.
So
No way.
You're not excited about buying a cottage?
Not excited at all.
But I set up the auto search and it's coming to me every day. I see new cottages coming on the market.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. So what you're going to learn in this episode is why a cottage might be right for you or why a cottage may be wrong for you. And as you can tell, we're sitting on opposite sides of the fence. And I'm just going to digress for a moment. If you've listened to any Inside Tracks or watched any Life's Inside Track over the past 10 seasons, I bet you've noticed a thing. What might they have noticed, Ken?
Opposites attract. and then they attack. But no, really.
That's not what they should notice?
No, what they should notice is that we've created ways in our relationship to handle when we don't agree. And sometimes we come to agreement. Sometimes we choose not to agree. That'd be another great show, wouldn't it?
That'll be coming to a channel near you real soon. So right now, the point of this, though, is that as you've already noticed, and when we do these banters back and forth, we, of course, are having fun. Even if it doesn't feel like fun to you, we're actually having some fun. And if we come at it with different perspectives, it's usually because we actually have different perspectives. It's not because we're putting it on for you to show you what it would look like if two people sat on opposite sides of the fence. Occasionally we might do that if it's something we agree on and yet we want to drive a point home, except I could probably count on one hand the number of times where we have taken a position we didn't actually stand for.
And probably I desire waterfront property much more than you because I grew up on it from age 7 to 17. And that peace and serenity of looking out over water is something that, it's in my being.
Right. And I've agreed with you on that because we own Manatik Cottage, which ran the Dekker Team out of for well over a decade.
Yeah.
And it was on the back channel of the Rideau River.
True. And did you like it?
Loved it. I'm not opposed to waterfront.
Yeah, but you just said you won't buy a cottage. What are you talking about then?
Okay, what I'm talking about.
See, I'm trying to convince you here.
Yeah, he's trying. And maybe you're having this conversation in your home as well. And so you'll be able to pick up some pointers from me, or maybe some pointers from Ken, or maybe just come to an agreement. So my biggest challenge with it, I love the serenity. I love the calm. We even live on Mud Creek in our home. So I know it's called Mud Creek, which sounds really undesirable. And yet
it is kind of undesirable.
It is.
Except we skated on it in the winter.
We skate on it and I look at it almost every day. I actually really enjoy even that little bit of water. So I'm not in opposition to water. What I'm in opposition with is you can't get the maintenance done around here. So how on earth are you going to maintain a second place? That's my probably number one issue.
That is a great con. I just got to say, that's an amazing con.
It doesn't get much better.
But maybe when I'm more...
Did you say but?
Yeah, but.
No, that means you're trying to disregard.
Well, because I'm going on the pro side.
He's saying...
This is a debate.
Behold the untold truth. That's how we refer to in this house. So maybe I'll
rationalize it, which is rationalize. Yeah, I think if I'm more at peace and calm and relaxed from being at the cottage, I'm going to enjoy putzing around, fixing things and stuff like that. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that's an illusion. I think it's a great illusion because you have water here. You had water at Manatik Cottage. You have a swim spa and a spa. So you got water and you got a bathtub and you got a sink. Like
I got a
running
shower
water,
too, but I don't
shower.
run that 24/7.
You got lots of water in your midst, and that doesn't seem to create an opportunity to forget the to-do items off the to-do list,
that's
so that
true.
they're onto the to-do
Okay, but
list.
what about this, Yetta?
What about?
We rent it when we're not there and make income, and I can hire people to maintain it?
Just hire people.
Yeah, hire people.
Hire people. How many people? All of a sudden, it sounds like the income is disappearing.
Well,
That's kind of what I heard. I think it's a great concept to think. If
Do you
I
think
have
it'd be
a
a
cottage,
pain managing those people, or do you think it'd be okay?
well, it'd
Like
be
coordinating, not so much managing, but coordinating, finding, hiring.
Yeah.
Making sure it's clean
It
between.
won't be my
and
job.
then what about the marketing? That would be fun, eh? Marketing.
I think
the
we do
thing-
plenty of marketing for our clients right now on their homes, and it's challenging enough to structure and schedule everything that we want to get out there on behalf of our clients. So doing it on behalf of you now, that sounds like a demand.
I'm running out of pros.
Well, I'm not running out of cons. I could go
But maybe
all
my
day,
pros
every
are
day.
more weighty.
Maybe
your
they're
cons.
more weighty. Right. So a system we often will use when we get into one of these, what do we call these? Stalemates?
Discussions.
Discussions. This discussion has been going on for, I'm thinking 30 years.
No, we couldn't afford a cottage for 30 years.
So you're still talking about it even before you could afford it. Like, how many of you have ever wanted for something and you started talking about it long before you could afford it? We have a tendency to get excited about a thing and think, I want that thing. And even if it means borrowing for something that really we probably ought not borrow for, we go do it anyway. So really, cottage often is like that. Although you need a lot more money down, and best to get a 3-season cottage when you can actually just pay for it. It really should. I mean, some people do, in terms of other approaches, is take money out of their principal residence so that they can pay for their cottage outright. Because if we're talking a 3-season cottage, my other con, see, I have another one for you, for all of you actually, is that they're more difficult to finance. So if I wanted income property, there are probably easier ways to get income property than a cottage.
That's true.
I know. Got it. I got my con list well cemented
Oh my goodness,
in a 30-year journey.
Yeah,
And
you know what? You've got me, because even I'll add a con.
will you?
Yeah, like
Whoa.
like you know when we go camping, sometimes we go and we spend 4 or 5 days in Algonquin Park in the backwoods, and
it's
there's no cell
incredible.
phone, and it's very relaxing and it's peaceful, but the getting ready and the unpacking, like the year you hurt yourself when we went camping.
You mean the year I broke my leg?
Yeah, that time.
Kind of hurt myself?
Yeah.
Surgery and all that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then do you realize that the next year when we went to go camping, our camping gear was still packed in the knapsacks from the previous year?
Oh, it was so gross. There was mold. The clothes was wet. We had to throw it out. Oh, yeah. So, but I'm sure cottaging wouldn't be, I mean, that's a great con. I'm just going to conjure that up every time you say cottage yetta. I'm going to say, yeah, do you remember?
Pack and unpack.
Pack and unpack. So on and on goes the debate in our house. Maybe you're having a similar debate, and yet you can come to a conclusion. We obviously are not committed to a cottage, because if we were,
We'd own one.
we would own one.
Yeah. And you know what they say? You never know how many friends you have until you own a cottage.
So thank you for partnering with us in growing wealth and wisdom together.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward